She knew she was going, so she needed someone to take care of me. She was my best friend. But I never knew my best friend was hurting so much. Cancer. Is it the drugs? Is it the pain? Is it the chemotherapy? Is it the hospital visits? Hi everyone. I'm finally here to tell my cancer story. This is so difficult to do. Like sitting here making this video is what I never imagined I could do this because of how it makes me feel. Like, but I think it's something I should share. It's something that will always be part of me, and there is no shame in it. So why not? Cancer, a silent killer. I tell people cancer is worse than HIV, is worse than AIDS, is worse than every other sickness, because I've seen people who have recovered from cancer and it comes back. I've seen people who has changed. Beautiful people who has become a shadow of themselves. Cancer for 6 years was a torment. From 2006 to 2012. And it won. Yeah. Cancer won. Sorry. I never imagined I would come say this, but I know there are a lot of people who have experienced this, who cancer has dealt with. Cancer has stolen your joy. Cancer have changed your life. Yeah. Cancer changed my life. And every day I live with it. Cancer changed my life that every day is not the same anymore. 2006, I remembered I was told we have to go to the hospital, see a doctor, and I'm like, I was very young, 2006 of course. I was very young. I should be in my grade school, primary school, and I didn't know much. And then I heard my mom was diagnosed of cancer. I didn't know what cancer was. I just knew she was sick. Yeah, as a little girl, I knew she was sick. I heard she had cancer, and wow. I just prayed, a little girl's prayer. I pray my mom gets well. I didn't know that day was going to be the beginning of a life that will leave me crying every day. Cancer won. I lost my mom in December of 2012. And I miss her every day. Cancer. Is it the drugs? Is it the pain? Is it the chemotherapy? Is it the hospital visits? I could see my mom lose her features, her hair, her body size, her smile, though she smiled to the end. As a young girl, I didn't know much. I remember going to the teaching hospital, the general hospital back in my country. We would always go. And there were a lot of people. Thinking about it now, I'm wondering why there were a lot of people. A lot of people who had cancer. The silence killer. I saw a lot of young people. I'm imagining now where they are. Did they survive? Did cancer win them just like my mom? And I know there are a lot of people out there who have lost a loved one from cancer. I remembered in 2009, we met one of my mom's old friend, and she had cancer, but she was treated in a hospital, and she got better, and she was thriving. It was hope. Oh my God. We had hope. We were so excited, and she told us about the hospital. We went there. Deep down, I was scared because at this point I was in middle school, and I know I had read about it. I have heard people talk about it. Like, I could hear my mom talk about it with her cousins, her siblings. So I had this fear deep down me, but I was trusting God. Growing up, I come from a Christian home, and we served God. So at times I asked God, are you in heaven? Because sorry, this is my first time literally talking about it, like, so openly and for a long time without tears. But I'm sure my mom, wherever she is, would want me to create awareness and want me to talk about it with others, because I know some people have lost their loved one, their parents, their sibling, their family member to cancer, and they want to talk about it. So my comment section is a place to talk. People who haven't been through it, which I don't pray for even my enemy to go through it, they won't understand. But I understand you. So let's talk. So we had met my mom's friend, and we started a treatment, and I got to know in 2020 that the treatment my mom was taking was called chemotherapy. I never knew. I just, in 2009, I just thought she was taking a treatment to make her better, to make the cancer go away. I never knew it was chemotherapy. I got to know in 2020. And watching movies, I love watching hospital movies, Grey's Anatomy, The Resident, New Amsterdam. I love such movies. So watching those movies and knowing what chemotherapy does to the body, now I know what she went through. But still, she was so strong. She had a smile. She wanted to help. She always wanted to see her cousins every Sunday. Sorry. She had the biggest heart. I have never seen someone as kind as my mom. Even when she was in pain, she wanted the best for me. But cancer won. I told myself I wasn't going to do this, so I'll be strong. She was going through chemotherapy, and I would always see her in a room with other people, with the line, the syringe, and we always go in the morning. We leave home as early as 4:30 to go there. And I remember when she starts it, she gives me money to go buy what I'm going to eat, because of course we don't eat breakfast. I wish I wish it was now. I know what it's all about. Maybe I would have. Yeah, I always sit with her, but as a child, I was young. I wasn't even an adult. I was still a teenager. I didn't know so much. Then after the chemotherapy, we'll go home. She'll be in pain throughout that day. No pain, she never showed it. She never showed her pain, maybe because she didn't want me to notice. But she was always weak. I did notice that. I did notice that. She never complained. Even in then, she loved me like no one has ever loved me. No one. She was always taking this every Thursday. I remember she was always going for chemotherapy, and it cost a lot. A lot. It was around. This was in 2012. So she started the chemotherapy 2011, 2012. She died in 2012. And then in my country, we're paying 75,000. It was a lot for every week. Then she had drugs she was also taking. It was a lot as well. There was the test, always poking her, but she smiled all through. She was my best friend. But I never knew my best friend was hurting so much. I'm trying to remember everything, but as the years goes by, I'm trying to block my head from everything as well. So let me now tell you something else that whenever I remember, it makes me smile so much. I don't know if I'm going to post this. I don't know, honestly. So that the chemo, and we always go home weak. And I remember when we're going home, just before our house, there's a place they sell fruits, snacks. She would always tell me to pick. I would buy. But something else happened. Few months into her chemo, she knew she was going. She knew her body couldn't stand it. She never showed it to me because I was an only child. I was her only child, so she knew she was my all. She knew she was my all. And she called my auntie. My auntie is my best friend now. She called my auntie and told her things about me. What I like, what I don't like, my best food, my best family member, my best places to visit. She knew she was going, so she needed someone to take care of me. Sorry. I came back from school that day and I saw my auntie in the house. I never knew. Earlier I would know, oh, my auntie is coming, then I will have the excitement till the day, but she never told me because she called her for a reason. And when I came, I remember my auntie looking all gloomy. This is 12 years now, so it's hard to pick up memories. But I remember her being all gloomy. This is not my auntie. I would come in, we hug, we gist. She was all gloomy. But she was also trying to not make me see it. My mom died on the 20th of December 2012, 5 days to Christmas. That is the worst Christmas I have ever experienced. My dad still sends me message every 20th of December every year. Just sorry. Oh, so in November of 2012, before she died, we were passing by a store and I saw a shoe I loved. It was a ballet flat. It was black and brown. It has a gold chain. So you can imagine a ballet flat, black brown with a gold chain. It was beautiful and very expensive. We weren't really well to do. She said she didn't have the money. And I understood. Oh, I was very understanding because I know how her health has eaten up into our funds. I understood because I know she's someone who could give up her life for me, to give me the best life. And I never knew she went back to buy that shoe to gift me on Christmas Day. But she died on the 20th. I wore that shoe for 4 years. Even when it was worn out, I would take it to a shoe cobbler to make it because sorry. This is my cancer story. Cancer came and it won. Being a mom right now, I miss her so much because, especially being in Canada, I know she would have been here to help me. My children would have had the best grandma in the world. I can't continue, guys.